Joe the Fan here with Just Win Bets, baby. Shayna, we've got another fan request. I love these requests, my friend. Since we are huge Washington Redskins fans, we got a request. What's our Mount Rushmore of Washington Redskins of, again, when you've seen them, not of all time? Okay, I don't think either one of us saw Sammy Ball. But what say you regarding your Mount Rushmore of Washington, the Washington team? I'll leave it at that.
Good old slinging Sammy Ball. I wish I saw him play. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. I have his autograph, by the way, but I did not watch him play, so he will not be on mine, unfortunately. Number one, and this comes at a good time. He's getting his number retired here. Art Monk. I think Art Monk is the epitome of when I think of Redskins. He's the first one that comes to my mind. He's a class act, great player, great receiver. When he retired, he was the all-time receiving leader in the NFL. Best receiver that's played for our organization. And when you think Redskins, I think Art Monk. The second guy I think of outside of Art Monk is Darrell Green. Same thing with Darrell Green. He was a Redskin for 20 years, right? He played 20 years all at cornerback, which is unheard of, first of all, to play 20 years at cornerback. But he did at a high level for all 20 years. Fastest man in the league for a majority of his career, right? Sure. And I don't know if you saw this when he was 50 years old. He was still running a 4.5 40.
Jeez.
It's crazy. So the dude is like a freak of nature, like when speed wise. I mean, right. Incredible. Number 3, and this is like my personal favorite Redskin of all time. Growing up playing offensive line and defensive line, I loved the Hogs, and Joe Jacoby to me was the biggest, meanest, nastiest hog, and I loved watching him play. He was so great. Incredible guy. I can't believe he is not in the Hall of Fame. The only hog that's in the Hall of Fame is Russ Grimm. They need to change that, and they need to get Jacoby in there too.
Yep.
But those 3 are my Mount Rushmore. My 4th one is not a player, so I'm throwing a wrench in this. But my 4th one, and I think there wouldn't be a Mount Rushmore if it wasn't for this guy, and it's Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbs is the key piece of our franchise. He won those 3 Super Bowls. Without that, our only other championship was before the Super Bowls even existed, right? So, and he's also a great guy, incredible coach. Joe Gibbs will be my number 4. I don't know if that's cheating or not, but that's my 4. Monk, Green, Jacoby, and Gibbs.
For me, I'm going to start off, and none of this in order. I'm going to go with John Riggins. I remember there was a huge fan. I don't remember his name. Always dressed in the Indian or Redskin.
Oh, Chief Z.
Chief Z, yes.
Yeah, Chief Z.
I think it started with a Z. He would say, "All right, here comes the D," and you can hear it in RFK because I had games at RFK, and they even had a buffet, for the club level seats guys. And I was a kid, and it would have a buffet bomb, and you could see it, but you can hear it during the game. The air horn, that he's got. What a truck! I understand he was known as the Diesel. For me, it was the truck. I think my dad called him, the Bull. But he was a truck, and he just, easy 31, guarantee he's going to get that 1 yard. There's nobody stopping that, especially with that great offensive line of Bostic, Jacoby. Don't forget Stark. Yeah, just to name a few. The other guy I would say is, of course, the great Sean Taylor. This guy can hit you like a missile. I've never seen anybody hit that hard in my it's going to be, I think, my 45th year of understanding the NFL, so watching the NFL. And what reminds me of a Dallas Cowboy game. They were going for it on 4th down. You threw the flat to one of the receivers. I don't remember who it was. And Sean Taylor laid him out like there was no tomorrow. I could put LeVar up there. I could put a lot of people. I mean, old people, old school as Okowitz. I mentioned Doc Walker, Clint Didier. The list goes on. Theismann, Doug Williams, Rippon. Jim Lachey. I could go down the list, and I could be here for 100 years. My 3rd guy, I would say, would be London Fletcher. Played for the Rams earlier. He came over to Washington. That guy was a leader. And to me, he was the not only the middle linebacker, but the quarterback of the defense. He told people where to go, blah, blah, and just, had a command over on that side. So I have, of course, Riggins, Sean Taylor. I'm going to agree with you on Art Monk as being up there. So I'm going to use him as well. And congratulations to Art Monk. But I know I'm leaving a lot of people out. And I'm definitely going to go with London Fletcher as my fourth guy.
Yeah, another one who should be in the Hall of Fame that's not London Fletcher. You ever look at London Fletcher's stats compared to Ray Lewis's stats?
Yeah.
They're damn near identical.
Yeah.
They are damn near identical. And it's crazy how he's not in the Hall of Fame. And he has a Super Bowl ring, too. He won a Super Bowl with the Rams.
Yeah.
On the greatest show on turf. He was a middle linebacker for them.
Yeah.
He should be in the Hall of Fame. Another one that's getting snubbed. We need to get him in there, too. We need to hold like a petition committee or something like that to get these guys in there that need to be in there. But yeah, that's a great list. That's a great list. I agree with all those guys too. It's so hard to pick. Like you said, there's so many good ones growing up. Like I could think back to when I was a kid. One of my other favorite players was, I don't remember this guy, Ken Harvey. Remember Ken Harvey?
Yeah.
I'd love me some Ken Harvey back in the day.
Yeah. I remember Ken Harvey very well.
Played linebacker. He was incredible.
Joe Washington is another great Washington Redskin in my book. There was another guy, he was on at the tip of my tongue. I don't remember off the top of my head. Santana Moss, sure. Wasn't really a fan of D'Angelo Hall. I mean, he's okay. I'll tell you who I didn't like was Anton Randall L. That guy was a huge waste. But when every time he returned punts, he would go east and west. North and south, my guy.
I hated him for that. And especially like we talked about that before in the past, and I was like, you go from Brian Mitchell, who was one cutting up the field for kick returns. That's all he did, cutting up, and then you had Randall L just like dancing around like back and forth, thinking he was Dante Hall or somebody like that.
Yeah, that's another guy, B. Mitch.
Yeah,
B. Mitch is up there.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, nothing taken away from. Yeah, nothing taken away from Ricky Sanders. Ricky Irvin that helped us in the playoffs against the Atlanta Falcons, where we blew them out completely. Gary Clark from JMU. I mean, the list goes on, but we're missing a Bostic. We're missing, I don't know. I miss the old school where these guys weren't getting paid. They were before they go, they're doing their training camp or whatever in Ashburn right now. But before it was in Herndon. It's right by the airport at Dulles Airport where you could see literally the planes, and all you old timer, no disrespect, you remember where they would go in Herndon and do practices and blah, blah, blah. And even during the lockouts, Joe Theismann did, hey, let's get the guys together and just throw the pigskin around during the replacement time. You remember that, or I hope you remember that. But, man, I loved it. I just guys would just show up, and it was all blue collar. They didn't get paid a lot of money, did not. So compared to today, So I'm happy. I think those are my top guys. Who else am I missing? I mentioned LeVar. Chris Samuels is a nice guy. Yeah. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, luckily we are fans of a franchise that has a very historic history there that has a lot of great players for it. So it makes it tough. It makes it tough for things like this. But I think both of yours and mine lay it out pretty well. But it's tough when you have a lot of great players. And we're probably, I don't know what the exact numbers are. I can look it up later. But if I had a guess for players in the Hall of Fame, we're probably in top 5, at least definitely top 10 for teams that have players in the Hall of Fame. And that just shows you how many great players played for the Washington organization. Right. So
sure, absolutely. I didn't see Sonny play. I didn't see Sam Huff play. I didn't see a Billy Kilmer play. I maybe I was alive in the 70s, but I didn't understand the game. I was too little to understand it. So yeah, I mean, all the players that I followed, man, it was watching. Oh man, I gotta watch the game, and I didn't care what happened the next day. Hey, it's Monday night. I got a test on Tuesday. Hey, sorry, I gotta watch Monday. I have to stay up late. And I tried. I think I made it to halftime, and I had to get to bed. But but did I go to bed? Wink, wink. I had a little TV. Had it,
right you sneak a radio in. Radio in with some headphones.
Mom's coming in. You sleep? Yeah, Mom. Yeah. I would make a sound. Oh, what? You all right? Yeah, I turned the wrong way.
Yeah, I never saw Sonny play either, but he might go on my list just because of how great the radio broadcast was with him and Sam Huff. Sonny, Sam, and Frank were incredible together.
Yeah,
those were incredible. And I remember everybody got so mad when I got rid of Frank and brought in what's his face?
Michael,
Larry Michaels.
Larry Michaels.
Yeah, everybody got mad when they got rid of Frank and brought him in. Because Sonny, Sam, and Frank were so great together.
Absolutely,
so great. So
don't forget Cooley. I don't know where he went.
Yeah,
Cooley was great. I mean, again, I could be here for an hour.
Yep, same here. All right, fans, let us know who's on your Washington Redskins Mount Rushmore. Drop it into the comments. Let us know who do you think we left out. All right, let us know who's on your Mount Rushmore. We'd love to hear him. We'll definitely get back to you. We love talking Redskins and we love talking football. So let us know in the comments, and we'll make sure we get back to you. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell so you get the notifications when our next video drops. And thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.